poutine. One of the many culinary gems to come out of French Canada, poutine is perhaps one of the most outlandish and definitive Canadian dishes. Several small towns in Quebec claim to have invented this celebrated dish, or side dish, and it's said to date back to the 1950s. A real poutine uses peppery meat-based gravy and squeaky curds on fries. If you're up for a real celebration, there are also annual poutine festivals in cities across the country. 2. Canadian bacon. What's known in our country as Pimell bacon is branded as Canadian bacon just about everywhere else. Unlike traditional bacon, which comes from the pig's belly, Canadian bacon is lean pork loin that's been brined and rolled in cornmeal. During the turn of the century, Canada would export its pork to England, which was experiencing a shortage. At the time it was rolled in yellow peas for preservation, though over the years, that switched to cornmeal. Want to cook bacon like a true Canuck? Avoid these mistakes everyone makes when cooking bacon. 3. Caesar. Invented in 1969 by Calgary restaurant manager Walter Chell, this cocktail took off to become enormously popular from there. Clamato maker Mott's claims more than 350 million Caesars are sold every year. Its key ingredients are Clamato juice, vodka, Worcester and a salted rim. If you end up enjoying a few Caesars too many, this roundup of the best hangover cures from each province will come in handy. 4. Beaver tails. What's essentially a flattened donut without a hole, beaver tails are heralded as a quintessential Canadian dish. The recipe was handed down in Graham Hooker's family for generations, but it wasn't until 1978 that he started to introduce it to a wider audience. A year later, he opened his first Beaver Tails outlet in Ottawa to dole out the treat, which can come topped with sugar, Nutella and a variety of other sweets. 5. Canadian pizza. Sometimes it takes a fresh set of eyes, not to mention taste buds, to help us understand what makes a dish truly Canadian. Take Canadian-style pizza, for example, which is perhaps best defined by the menu at Rontalski Canadian Pizza Inn, of all places, Berlin, Germany. How did a German pizzeria end up making a name for itself with pies inspired by the Great White North? It turns out one of the owners did a high school exchange in Peterborough, Ontario, where he was impressed with the local pizza